Hey y'all, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. What's going on, y'all? Like the video, like and share, like and share. So, here we are. Let's make a disclaimer before we get right on into this. Yeah, put the wheelchair emojis, all that. Um, so let's make a disclaimer before we get into this. People have said to me that I am delusional. This is a one-sided beef. I need to let shit go. I'm just mad that I wasn't chosen to be a part of the show. All these things, you are entitled to your belief. Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all. Um, but today I'm tired. I'm gonna release all this information and then you do with it what you will. All of the receipts that I will have will be posted on my community wall because it's a lot. So, okay, how does this all start? This started 6 years ago when chasing first started. For those of y'all that have been following me the entire time, I started out in the chasing realm as a troll. You know, like I said, reading all the girls because in passing, I've seen some of the girls in real life, whether they want to admit it or not. The girls love to say they don't know who I am, but they've met me and they've become cool with me and all. So, it is what it is. So I started out as a troll, and Andario and Kevon, the producers at that time, knew this. So during this time, I was reading the girls, just telling them who they are. Because, here in Atlanta, the girls like to live this fabulous life, you know, um, being 5 to an air mattress and living glamorously broke. So, I'm just being the reviewer that I am. And me being the reviewer that I am, I would just say things just to say it. But also, I was, you know, consoling and, being concerned too. So Andario knew this and was okay with it. We watched the lives because there was a blogger by the name of Stonewatch Clark that used to agree to view these shows every week. So, and I'm living in microtel. So what? If that's what you want to believe, that's on you. Get the fuck on, trolls page. So like I said, there's a blogger by the name of Stonewise Clark that will review the shows. And Andario knew this and he had become cool with him. A guy named Stone and a guy named Travis. So we will review the shows every week. It was a key every week. We would go back and forth about who we liked and disliked. So I decided in season 3 that I was going to audition. So no, I'm not making this up. So during season 3, I decided that I was going to audition. So what people didn't know was that the producer at the time, Kevon Burns, I was on live talking to him, being the troll that I was, that they liked me and they liked that I was quick on my feet, just even though I was in a chair, I wasn't quick to, throw shade and be able to take shade at the same time. So they offered me a spot on Chasing Atlanta. I told them that, my mom was sick at the particular time and that I couldn't be a part of it. But if they waited a week, that I would come back to come to the casting. So Andario called, not Andario, but Kevon called me and said, well, get the videotape in as soon as possible. Kevon called me at like 9 o'clock in the morning and said, get in the tape as soon as possible. So, me being the person that I am, if you telling me put in the tape as soon as possible, and you'll rush me to the front of the line to be selected, that's what I'm going to do. So I did that unbeknownst to me, not realizing, bitch, you got to fix yourself up. You know, hair, beard, all of that, because they're looking at this. N- can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear? I got a call. Can y'all hear me? Okay. So I was saying that I have to fix myself up, you know, because I have to go on camera. They like, hurry up and get the tape done or whatever. So I go on camera, get the tape done, sleep in my eyes, which is what I shouldn't have done. I'm going on record and saying that's the mistake that I made, going, putting the tape together, not being fixed up, not being polished, because of course what they did was they used it against me. So I submitted the tape and I would continue to review the show. So around mid-season, season 3, when Oliver came on, and like I said, I was a reviewer with the Stone guy and the Travis guy. So when Oliver came on season 3, because Oliver and I had a prior connection, because at the time I was at Clark and Oliver was at Morehouse. I had met Oliver a couple of times because he was across the way. So we were cool, but we weren't that cool. So when Oliver would make comments, um, so when Oliver would make comments about um Kendra or whatever, I would be like, well, y'all making transphobic comments about Kendra, you know, this is unacceptable. Why are you letting Oliver do what you did or whatever? And even Oliver was laughing about the tape that I submitted, because when I would make comments about how Andario was having people have special treatment, then Andario started to get upset because the guy who was reviewing it at the time, Stone, he was cool with. No, I didn't push the narrative. Okay, troll page. Yes, Andario did show the tape. So then somehow Gardini got the tape. And then that's what pushed it even further. No, it was on camera when he said these things. He was calling Kendra dark, black, and ugly. Because remember, that was the first thing where We Were Born had first met Kendra, if y'all remember that. When they were going to Kendra's party when he first met Kendra. Do y'all remember? So when I started calling that stuff out, then that was a problem, because the Stone guy kept saying, well, he's causing problems between the web reality world. He's causing problems between the web reality world, because he would have the cast on the show one minute, and then the next minute, then he would be like, well, I don't like you. I'm going to, I'm going to tell the people that you're saying these things because I don't like you. So then also, the second part of that was when Jatwan and Oliver went on that Miami trip. And remember, everybody remember the taser thing that Oliver had? When Oliver started waving that taser in Jatwan's face, Jatwan and Berlin used to go live after every episode. And let me preface this by saying this. Jatwan, you know I love you down, and I'm not trying to hurt your spot on the show or anything, because Andario is very, you know, territorial and very vindictive once you start calling him out. So I'm doing this to prove a point. and which kind of shows why Jatwan didn't come back for season 3. So when that happened and they made Jatwan look real stupid, so they were saying Jatwan was crazy. Jatwan was flying off the handle. Jatwan had said, "Well, I'm on a medicine, and I'm on this new medicine because I got depression, anxiety, some form of mental health issues." So Jatwan and Berlin would go live almost every day after the episodes, saying how production was making them look bad, saying things behind the scenes. And I would say, when I would review the shows with the other bloggers, Stone and Travis, that, you don't make fun of a person's mental health, because he's already told you he's sensitive about that. And Andario will be saying certain things to um the cast members, whether it's Jaswan, whether it's Berlin, whether it's the Cameron. Because if y'all remember, there was two separate alliances. Um, it was Cameron, Montel, Troy, and Jaswan, and then it was the other alliance, the Power of Three. So all of this happened, and they would be going back and forth saying what each other said, causing all this drama. And so Jatwan was like, I'm not having fun making this show because they're making it seem as if, you know, I'm the one with the problem and I don't have one. So when I started calling out, because Ressie and Jatwan was also into it at that time too. Saying Jatwan was ugly, Jatwan was hating on him. You're just mad because we're producers of the show and you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. No, what it has to do with me, I'm saying all this. They were mad that I auditioned for the show. And then when I started calling out what they were doing to me, I began to see a pattern. Me, everybody else. Me, everybody else. Does that make sense? That's what it has to do with me. So I don't want everybody to say, well, I'm just creating a problem when you didn't have to show. No, these weren't personal conversations between me and Jatwan because Jatwan went live about it. So the public knew about it and knew how Andario was because he would say, this is how Andario was. So these weren't private conversations between me and Jatwan. These were public. I'm not instigating anything. I would see the things just like everybody else. Y'all weren't paying attention because y'all chose not to, because Andario can do no wrong. And I'm not instigating anything. I'm calling out what I see. So moving forward from that, whatever it is that you want to say, but you hear though. Anyway, moving on and moving forward. So from that point, um, Ressie and Jatwan started getting into it, and there was beefs talking about they were gonna beat each other's ass. Then from that point, there was transphobic comments about Berlin and her feet and her strong face and things like that. And I even talked about stuff like that. And it was made fun of, and you don't say things like that because I had even said that, as a therapist, because I was even trying to tell people there at that time that this is what I do. I'm a therapist. I helped um Devon with his issues with the fight in season one. I helped Sky with his issues with his grandmother, get disability supplies. There were things that I was doing behind the scenes. So I had personal relationships with these people. That's how I would know certain things that was going on. Troll page, if you don't want to be here, you don't have to be here. Anyway, so moving forward from that, after that happened, Then the whole thing with Kendra and the her going to jail and the benefit party happened. And I had even gotten into it with Q talking about, well, I'm not, you know, raising money for a felon and things like that. Anyway, it was just certain things from certain people that were said that I didn't appreciate. And I have receipts of all these things. So then later on, when I tried to, you know, because at one point, I don't know whether y'all remember that season 5 was supposed to be a season where he wanted people that were different, um, a disability season. So then Andario's excuse was that, well, you tried to audition for season 3, and then make it and then have your appearance together, and then you've talked about my show in season 5. Well, the stuff came from all the past histories that have happened. You let a person that you got along with have an issue with me. You never had an issue with me from the beginning. You let this other person create this issue. So that's why I'm saying to y'all, it's not something that I'm doing. If you were so not bothered by any of the things that I'm saying, why are you? Yes, that was true. They had talked about having a season of people with disabilities. I didn't make this up, or not a season with people with disabilities, a season with people that are different. That's what the concept was. And people were throwing out names, and I was one of them. Monet was one of them. Other people that we had knew, people that don't necessarily get a chance. So, um, going back to the Reese thing. So, the reason that me and Reese don't get along is because of that, Jatwan issue. Number one. And then number two, like I said, this other blogger, Stonewise Clark, um, when Chasing Dallas first came out, um, there was a trans woman by the name of Chloe Mitchell that said that she knew Reese or whatever, and was saying all these things about Reese being broke. Um, he lied. He lied. I'm telling you, that's a clear lie. If he said that he didn't have an issue with me and he didn't know anything about the tape or whatever, you then turn around and said, well, you know, if you'd have got yourself together, then you knew what the issue was. You knew what the problem was. The them showing the tape, and then he was mad about this girl, Chloe Mitchell, that was saying that they knew stuff about him, and he was mad that I didn't tell him. And then when I didn't tell him and started seeing the stuff that he was doing on Chasing Dallas, and then I started commenting on it, then I became an issue for him. We've been beefing from that moment. See, that's what I'm saying. See, Mr. Pretty says he does remember. So you're sitting here lying as if you don't know what I'm talking about. So we've had a beef from that moment. I tried squashing this beef with the both of them. Then they go on platforms like TTB saying things about me, and I've squashed these issues. So other people have been in the way and saying certain things. Like I've said since day one, I own the part that I played as far as being a troll or whatever. Reese is lying to you, Shay. That's what I'm saying to you. Don't believe everything that they say because it's the underhanded shit. I don't have no reason to lie about this. I got proof of all this. Even with these troll pages and people saying that I'm saying things, I've always said this. I've always said that I couldn't stand for it. So the other thing and the final thing that put the nail in the coffin is when I created those other pages that I have, the villain, you know, um, hot topic and all those other things. I created those pages to wave the white flags with people because I wanted to stop the trolling that I did do. Then people were saying that, I'm coming on saying certain things, and then that's how these other troll pages got created. To this day, I'm not. Of course, Andario is gonna say that. Of course, he is. He didn't say that when I called him on the phone and said these things though. That's fine. So my whole thing and whole purpose is I have all the receipts that can prove all these things that I have mentioned. I don't have to lie to y'all. Y'all can kiss my ass. Y'all can go back. Um, I have a total of 4 pages or had, and I only use the two that you see now. The Roll On Reloaded and the Roll On the Writer. The others I no longer use. I have had a conversation with Andario, and he does the same thing that he's doing now, which is, oh, I don't have a problem. No, I created the pages simply because they were talking shit about me. And so instead of who, I created the pages because they were talking shit about me. And instead of allowing me to see the pages or the things that they were saying, they would block me. Well, I don't know nothing about the 8 pages on Instagram, so you got 2 or 3 of them right now. So, th- but Chris T, that's what it was in the beginning. I'm being honest with you. All jokes aside, that's what it was in the beginning because I wanted to be a part of it. But now, with the whole thing of these people lying on me and saying that I'm doing these things that I have not done, it's out of hand. Just admit that you have these beefs. That's my whole point. Don't make it seem like I'm just crazy and I'm creating this stuff all on my own when that's not the case. As I've been saying from day one, I know what part that I play as a troll. But you also need to own the fact that you are doing these things because you mad about something that I've said. Well, you can cut the shit and leave. How about that? You on my shit. You can't tell me what to do now. You on my shit. You can leave. There go for all of y'all that feel this way you want to feel. I guess you would know about mental illness. So I just I want people to understand that just because, hey DJ, that just because you are a person that's creating great TV, that doesn't mean you're a cool person. You're creating drama behind the scenes, and it's not even real drama. It's manufactured drama, and you sit back and be like, "Well, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. I need to let this shit go. They need to let the shit go." Like I told you, and that's the whole purpose of doing what I'm doing. I'm putting out my own show and doing my own thing. That's what it is. But what I don't want to do is I don't want people on here creating lies about me and making fake pages because you feel some type of way about something that I done did many years ago. I'm gonna stop apologizing about stuff that I done done. If you don't like it, leave me alone. It done got to the point where you calling jobs, calling my family members, threatening me, doing other things that's not necessary. Yes, people like to throw stones and hide their hands. I've apologized. Andario has been on TTB talking about me, been on other platforms talking about me. And then when I say certain things, it's, oh, I'm crazy. Oh, I'm this. Oh, I'm that. And if I pay for dick, that's my business. Why is it any of yours? That's what I'm saying. What you fail to realize, just like you told me, why am I up in other people's business? Why are you up in mine? If I want to pay $50, $500, $5,000, what the fuck does that have to do with you? See, this is where Chasing Atlanta and any of these shows messed up. See, here's my real story. My real story is I may be disabled, I may be living in a microtel, whatever you want to say, but I'm living life as a disabled gay man that is black, that's a therapist, that's all these things. Something that's different than Chasing Atlanta, but because you can't take the critique that I'm giving you as a producer, that's my fault, not not yours. You don't take accountability for that. Just say, I submitted the tape because I was being vindictive, girl. Just say that. That's all it does. Just say that. Don't make it seem like, well, he's delusional. He's doing these things. He's saying these things. Cuz I don't do that. I've helped these cast members. They won't tell you that cuz the thing is they ashamed to say that they around me and I'm cool because it doesn't fit the narrative of their producer. That goes from G Status, that goes from Chasing Atlanta, that goes from On the Way Up. And this is the problem. This is why I'm over here on this platform. But I'm not mad that I wasn't prepared for the video. What I'm mad about is the way that it was done. I can accept that I wasn't prepared. That's what I've always said. I can accept that. But the fact that you tried to use it against me because you were mad because somebody that supported you at that time had a vendetta out against me. That's what I'm saying. That's where it becomes a problem. If you, the producer, had an issue with me, Andario, you could have pulled me to the side. But you listen to other people. That's how these beefs in the web reality world start anyway. If one person has a problem with the person that's your friend or that's not your friend, then it becomes a bandwagon thing. That's what I have the issue with. I'm not mad about something that I chose to do and I wasn't prepared for it. I'm not angry about that. You know what? For somebody that don't care nothing about me, roll-ons, booty stank, or whatever it is, you sure know about what the hell goes on up over here. Are you watching me? Oh, poor Tink. That's what I'm trying to get people to understand. I'm not angry about the fact of me not being prepared. It's the fact that you literally tried to do these things just to get even with me. And it's not called for. Just move on and go on about it. If you don't like me, you don't like me. But it becomes oh, I don't like this person, so I'm going to do anything and everything to take this person down. Because I would have respected you and still watched your show. No. Anyway, so like I said, all of these things that I mentioned, I can post the receipts. And you know what? All these people that are sitting in here under fake pages, y'all are probably the problem. I'm sure y'all are. Show y'all faces and confront me like grown ass men and women. But you can't. You know, that's the problem. And I wish everybody well this season because I will review it. And, I don't have no problem with anybody on the cast. I just I just wish everybody else well. That's all. So that's just the issue. I I don't like for people to go on these lives and pretend like they don't know what's going on. Any questions, comments? Because I need to go and post these receipts so that y'all can see. Because I don't even know why I did this live. Because y'all are going to say whatever and it still ain't going to matter. And y'all probably going to go and tell Andario because I don't give a fuck. Like I said, Andario ain't checking me. And you can get the fuck off my live and suck a dick. And to that comment about me saying things about what I see, when it's some bullshit I'll talk about, I sure will. Oh, poor thing. Poor thing. So I know that some of you gonna go run over there and screen record. Matter of fact, I'll do it for you. I'll send it to Andario so he can see it. None of y'all asses gonna get me. Who gonna check me? Not you. So look out for the community wall because I'm going to show y'all these receipts and we just gonna leave it there. I ain't mentioning this no more because I'm gonna get my vindication. I'm gonna get my vindication. What do I want attention for, baby? I don't want attention from you. Go choke. So, like I said, these receipts will be posted later on, and I'm gonna go handle it. It is what it is. Y'all gonna say what the fuck y'all want to say. And believe what y'all want to believe, and y'all can kiss my ass. I don't want attention from nobody in the web reality world. I want these motherfuckers to leave me alone. Tell them to go without mentioning my name. Then we'll be all right. What I need you to do is mind your damn business. And you the same bitch that be over there on the other chats, ho, in these other shows. I'm talking shit about your mama, bitch. How about that? So head on over to the community wall. I'll be dropping these receipts, some tonight, and the rest will be dropped tomorrow. Y'all can kiss my ass and tell Andario to go suck a dick and go kiss his mama tonight. she know what type of ingrate ass, dumb ass, retarded ass, fat ass bitch she raised. Cause they ain't gonna tell you, you dumb ass bitch. So I'm about to go enjoy the rest of my fucking night. Fuck you hoes.